All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone that rule well, that taught us his truth, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is Brother Yakao coming with a very short lesson, but Lord willing, this short lesson will be edifying. And today, the lesson we're going to talk about is our women, and in particular, Latino women, because Latinos are when we say Latinos, it has to be Latinos of Indian descent. All right, all right. Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, they're the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel, and they make up 9 of the 12 tribes of Israel. So they're the bulk of our nation. Now, one of the things that happens, and I remember I did a video last year, and it was a breakdown of all the tribes. And a woman, I think it was a woman, came on the comment board and said, thanks for the lesson. And she made us ignorant remark, and she said that, these Spanish speaking people are not Israelites. Well, she is not knowing the scriptures, man. Okay, all right. Look at the 12 tribe chart. All right, this is the southern kingdom: Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, the African Americans, Negroes are Judah, Benjamin is West Indians, Levi is the Haitians, and also many Israelites, many people from West Africa, like myself. My parents, both of them are from Sierra Leone. All right, we come out of those 3 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, or Levi. Okay, and that's another thing that these stupid, ignorant, so-called Israelites, all right, like ISUPK in particular, many IUIC members don't understand. They meet someone that is from West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and they say, oh yeah, you're African, you're not one of our people. But hang on, where did the slave trade happen, the transatlantic slave trade? The main base of it was from West Africa. All right, now are you telling me that they took every Israelite that was living in West Africa and shipped them to America and Brazil and different parts of the world? No, they didn't. So you have a large population of Israelites in West Africa. So when you bump into them, you start saying, "Oh, you're African, so you're not one of our people." I mean, this is the kind of ignorance that just really irks me, man. Do you get what I'm saying? It really does. And as I said, this woman came on, my comment board about last year, and she was basically implying that Latinos are not Israelites. Well, the biggest indicator of who are the Israelites today is the curses in Deuteronomy 28. And I'm going to show you in this lesson that Latino women have the exact same problems as the black women. They're delusional, all right? They love El Blanco, their slave master, all right? It doesn't matter what this white man does, who is Esau in the Bible, all right? Esau was the progenitor of the Edomites, and Edomites are so-called white people today. And according to the Bible, and you don't even need the Bible to understand and know that they're our enemy, man. Okay? And just like the so-called black woman has this delusional love for her slave master, the Latino woman has the same thing. Okay? All right? Now, this is Numbers 1 and 18, and this scripture proves that your nationality is based upon your father, because sperm is a seed. All right? And that's what's dangerous about going out with these other races. If you're an Israelite woman, whether you're Latino, all right, or so-called black woman, and you start laying down with an Edomite, so-called white man, the child that comes out of that union, all right, if you have a child, that child is not one of us, man. Okay? Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees, all right, their pedigree. It's like when you have a dog, they ask you, what breed is that dog? What is his lineage? What is his pedigree? Okay? All right? So they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. All right? So your pedigree, your lineage, all right, is based upon what your father is, because sperm is a seed. So the Israelite man can lay down with the Edomite woman, so-called white woman, Chinese woman, And that child, doesn't matter how that child looks, that child is an Israelite. All right. But you women, if you lay down with so-called white man or an Arab man or whatever, all right, sperm is a seed. So that child, is that comes out of that union is not one of us. Okay. That's what the parable of the wheat and the tares is about. Okay. Our women was taken in slavery and forcefully, raped by this Edomite man. But I'm going to show you that the curses that are in the Bible in Deuteronomy 28 and other scriptures, all right, affect the Latino women today. They have the same delusional, wicked characteristics as a lot of the black women. Okay, so we're going to go into that today, man. All right. Now, I'm going to start here with Cardi B, because this clip here, people are starting to bug out because of what she said. All right, when she went to court. Have a listen to this.
What is your background? Are you Hispanic, white, something else?
Okay. My background?
Yes.
Well,
What's the objection?
Of relevance.
Assisting.
Would you consider yourself African American?
I consider myself Afro-Caribbean.
My people, all right, we need to talk, okay? Because Cardi B just lit up the internet. Yes, Miss Cardi was in the middle of a trial recently. And when the lawyers pressed her on her identity, she didn't say she's African American. She said she's Afro-Caribbean.
Okay, so she said she's Afro-Caribbean. Now, why did she say that? All right, look up her background. Cardi B's ethnic background. All right, that's what it says. Cardi B is an Afro-Latina and Afro-Caribbean artist. Her ethnicity is Dominican and Trinidadian. Okay, all right, and it goes down here. Her father's side, which is the father's side, is prominent because remember, you are who your father is. Sperm is a seed. Father's side, her father is from the Dominican Republic. Okay, Dominican Republic. Okay, and the Dominican Republic, which tribe are they from? They're from the tribe of Simeon. Okay, the Dominican Republic. Okay, that's why when you look at where is it? I think I've got it here. All right, when you look at the 12 tribes of Israel chart, right? Okay, go down here. All right, when you look at this chart, all right, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, that's the southern kingdom. All right, but the northern kingdom, and here it says Simeon, right? The tribe of Simeon. Who are they? Dominicans. So she's right. Okay, so her dad is a Dominican, and Dominicans are the tribe of Simeon. Okay, and then her mom, on her mom's side, it said her mother is from Trinidad and Tobago. All right, Trinidad and Tobago, the people of Trinidad and Tobago are mainly from the tribe of Benjamin. Okay, so she said she's Afro what? All right, hang on, let me play it again. Let's see what she said.
Something else?
Okay.
My background?
Yes.
What's
Well,
the objection?
Of relevance.
Assisting.
Would you consider yourself African American?
I consider myself Afro-Caribbean.
My people,
See, she said Afro-Caribbean. Okay, Afro-Caribbean. Because why? Because on one side, her dad is a Dominican, and the other side, her mom is from Trinidad. Okay, so in the worldly terms, she's right. Okay, but those are bywords, Afro and Caribbean. You know what I mean? We go by our biblical names. So her dad is from the tribe of Simeon. All right, which is from the Dominican Republic. So she's an Israelite from the Northern Kingdom. All right, okay. She's from the tribe of Simeon, so she's a Dominican, and they're classed as what? Latinos. Okay, so she's an Israelite woman. All right, And a lot of people are bugging out. See, this is why it's very important to know who you are, man. You know, who you are biblically. Do you get what I'm saying? You know? All right. And if you noticed in that clip, in that clip that was quite recent, she's had a nose job, man. Before, all right, because in the industry, Cardi B before surgery, because in this wicked industry, what they do, right, is basically they get a lot of because you know we are talented people, so they get a lot of these artists, right, Beyonce and so forth, you know, the women, and basically they make them do surgery, man. All right. And if you look at that thing, she had blonde hair on her head. Why she got blonde hair? Because they do that to influence our people, so our people don't like themselves. So they get all these artists to dye their hair blonde, have nose jobs. So as you can see before, and she was nicer back then on the left, and after she looked nicer on the left, man. Okay, she looked before and after. Me, I prefer her how she was before. You know, nice thick lips, nice nose, you know. And they do that purposely because they know that our people look up to these artists. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's all a ploy to destroy us, man. But get back on topic. All right, the Latino woman has exactly the same, is under the same curses as the so-called black woman. All right, and they're both delusional. Every time they want to go out with someone, you know, if they don't go out with their own race of man, whether it be a Latino man or a so-called black man, the alternative is always to go out with who? The so-called white man. All right, and that's in the scriptures, man. All right, this is Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thou way to seek love? You know, so she's trimming her way, and this is not, you know, this is a lot of our women do this, especially Latino women, also black women, but we're talking about specifically Latino women in this lesson, right? Israelites from the Northern Kingdom. Why trimmest thou way to seek love? All right, and how has she trimmed her way to seek love? By doing her surgery, dyeing her hair blonde, you know. Therefore thou hast taught the wicked ones thy ways. See, so and that's what a lot of black women do and a lot of Latino women do. They start changing up, acting different to attract a so-called white man, or to look like the so-called white woman, because the so-called white woman is the image of beauty, you know. Now, what's this clip? This is a compilation of Latino women specifically going out with white men only, and you have many black women, like, you know, that have this mentality, but they're Israelites and they're under the same curses, so they do the same thing. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Ew, this is so cringe. Guilty.
Would you date me though?
No, I only like white men.
Okay. No,
I'm
no.
Hispanic, but I'm like very whitewashed.
So you don't like Hispanics?
Not really.
Why not?
How about this? I want to have mixed children.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hear that answer a lot from Latinas that are straight from fucking the pueblo that.
But then again, I don't
want white men. Like,
I
it's
don't
crazy.
have an accent when I speak English. You have a crush?
Yes.
Can I see your crush, please?
He's a white boy, so don't laugh about it, okay?
Enough of that, man. You see? So they're living out the curses. They're trimming their way to seek love, and they're seeking love from who? You know, people that don't like you, man. People that hate you. People that have called you different terms, bywords, man. That's one of the curses, that we will be called bywords. All right. And what do they call Israelites from the Southern Kingdom? They call us niggers, right? That's, you know, they love to call us that. What do they call Latinos, or in particular Mexicans, they say wetbacks, spics. These are all derogatory terms, and that's a part of the curses. But despite that, you have Latino women bending over backwards to look like the white woman, and to attract, exclusively go out with white men. It's a fucking shame, man. You know, Deuteronomy 28:37. All right. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall leave thee. A byword, wetback, spics. All right. Same with blacks, black women, nigger, this, that. No, we're not black. All right. We're Israelites from our respective tribes. Okay. And you put that in the NLT, it will say Deuteronomy 28:37. All right. You will become an object of horror and ridicule. And that's why they call you spics and wetbacks. And mockery among all nations which the Lord sends you. Yeah, there you go. So that's a part of the curses, man. But despite that, you still want to go out with this devil, so-called white man. It's a shame, man. You know? And the behavior of our women is, especially, you Latino women, is parallel with the black woman. Okay? Have a look at this. Let's play this.
He come here, bro.
A complete 180 from when she first popped up on people's radars after appearing on the reality show Ultimate Tag.
Affleck saved me. It was like an outlet for me to put all my stress, all my pain on the track.
But that was the last time she was ever truly herself, because once she got with Blueface, everything started spiraling downhill.
Yeah, I need somebody to breathe in. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know that.
You didn't know that?
Can we show the camera? I really see that.
And I got it on my...
No.
And from there, she kept pushing her antics to new extremes.
Yeah, because this one little... My bad, Chad.
You put a hole in my wall.
You're rich. You can fix it.
Developing this bad habit of getting on people's nerves on purpose.
You like my acting skills?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I do.
See this? Let's see if it tastes good.
See, look at this ratchet behavior, man. Absolute ratchet behavior, you know? And you see the same with Latino women. All right? Let's keep going.
With her string of disturbing behaviors constantly making headlines. Much like Cardi B, whose fearless, vengeful energy and fiery rage often dominate her personality. But beyond public conflicts, Cardi would find herself facing disturbing accusations in 2017, which she addressed in a live stream.
I had to go straight. I had to go, oh yeah, you wanna me? Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drop this up and I'll rob them. That's what I used to do.
But it wasn't limited to how she treated other people. A year later, she shared that she didn't have much respect for her own work either.
I like to make hits. I like to make money. I don't really give a about being lyrical. I don't about this and that. If that's for me, I don't care. I like to make that's gonna make me money.
Further cementing the view that she can hardly be considered a true artist after being exposed for using ghostwriters. She does not even come up with the ideas for her song. Bunch of karaoke reciters calling themselves rappers. Hiring a ghostwriter was one thing until the ghostwriter himself came forward with accusations against Cardi B.
You know how much I got out of that? And this is off of stuff that I produced. I wrote. Zero. After me not seeing $1 out of that $500K that I blood, sweat, and work my ass off for,
which ultimately fueled speculations that she was an industry plant.
Cardi B is a plant by the Illuminati. She don't write her raps. She's just there to like sound as ignorant as possible and then make songs like him and you get some money.
But as the accusations stacked up, so did Cardi's outbursts. Like in September of 2025, when Nicki Minaj shaded Cardi's kids on Twitter. This led Cardi to launch into a full-blown rant, firing back by shading Nicki's son, Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak and banging spoons because your mom can't put the drugs down. Even taking it further by dragging up Nikki's traumatic past. Your mom used to stay silent when your dad used to touch on you every time. You don't have no friends, no family, just that man in your house that let you do drugs till you pass out so he can spend your money. Pushing Nicki Minaj to the point of publicly vowing to cancel Cardi B for good. We will boycott every company attached to her, just like we did with BET.
There you go. Look at Nicki Minaj or look at Cardi B. Nicki Minaj is a so-called black woman, Israelite from the Southern Kingdom. I think she's from Trinidad. And Cardi B is from the Northern Kingdom. And they're both in the industry, and they've got this mad blonde hair. You see, it's all a ploy to destroy our people, man. All right, but you see the ratchet behavior is on both sides. The Latino woman is just as ratchet as the so-called black woman, man. Okay? You know? Out there tricking, you know, making money. I mean, having a ghostwriter and not even paying the guy. It's incredible, man. All right? You know, and both of them, if you look at these Latino women, especially on TV, they hypersexualize Latino women, man. In order for you to have a job as a Latino woman in acting, you know, you have to play the role of a whore half of the time, you know. And they're so shameless that they will do it, man. You know. See, you know, so you can see that both of them are under the curses, man. All right. This is Amos 7:17. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city." A harlot is what? A whore, man. All right. "And thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword." Is that not happening? All right. In the Latino community. All right. Single mothers everywhere. All right. Kids, you know, having kids everywhere from different baby fathers. Okay. That's happening in the Latino community, man. All right. I mean, look at this rapper. What's his name? K Flock. I'll show you him in a minute. All right. "Thy sons and daughters shall fall by the sword." One day sword is a gun and knife. "And thy land shall be divided by line. And thou shalt die in a polluted land." All right. "And Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. All right. Has that not happened? All right. You Latinos are not in Israel. You were taken out, all right, way before the Southern Kingdom was taken out, well, forced out. Because in 70 AD, the Romans besieged Jerusalem and other parts of Israel, and we fled into Africa, fleeing Roman persecution and slavery. All right. But with the Northern Kingdom, the Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, all right, they were taken out by the Assyrians. That's in the Book of Kings. And why did the Heavenly Father do that? Again, because of the disobedience to his law. All right. So both of them are under the same curses, man. All right. Don't think that you're any better than the so-called black woman. You're all ratchet, man. All right. And I'm proving it, man. And you're proving it by your wicked, ratchet behavior. Okay. All right. Now, if you go to the curses, oh my gosh. In Deuteronomy 28 is the verse 15 all the way down is the curses that we're under. And these curses are going to come off us when the Heavenly Father sends his son, Yahushua, the one you ignorantly call Jesus, all right, to come back and to save his elect and establish his kingdom on earth. And our bodies, our minds is going to be programmed to be righteous.